a very good morning to all of you. So we welcome you in a Digi Nurture. Okay, we all are here to serve you and explain you and clear all your concept that you are able to understand the subject more clearly and in a very interesting manner. Okay, so I've taken the one topic that is our photosynthesis. Okay, so first of all we'll understand the term biology. What do you mean by biology? Okay, so biology, okay, if we will bifurcate it, we'll get bio and logy. Okay, so what is it? Bio means the study of living organism and logy means the study. So the study of living organism is known as your biology, right? It is get bifurcated in a major forms, that is your major field, that is your botany and the zoology. Botany is the study of plants and zoology is your study of animals. Fine. So here we will be taking up with the photosynthesis process of plants, right? So as we all know that plant adapt themselves to the new atmosphere, to according to the atmosphere they adapt themselves. Okay, they grow, right? They do the reproduction. So these are the processes that are taking place in our plants. Now these processes need to be done perfectly correct in a right manner so that it can perform themselves. So they require an energy. Okay, and that energy is related to your food. That food is giving the energy to the plant so it can perform several functions, right? Metabolic functions can be performed by them. So how this food is being created? The food is being created by the process that is known as your photosynthesis, right? So photosynthesis is the process which help to make the food in the plants in the presence of your carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll, okay, and releasing an glucose and your oxygen in return, right? So what is it? We'll study it again. First of all, plants are known as your autotrophs. What are they known as? Autotrophs. That means the organisms which make their own food is known as your autotrophs. So all the green plants are known as your autotrophs because they are capable of making their food on their own by the process of photosynthesis. Right, now we will understand what are the reactants and what are the products in the photosynthesis process. Right, so first we will see there is a carbon dioxide intake, okay, and there is a release of the oxygen in the photosynthesis process. Then water is being absorbed and there is a release of glucose in return in the presence of your sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, so what is chlorophyll? We will discuss that also in detail. First we will see the reactant is your carbon dioxide and your water. Then your product is your glucose and your oxygen, right? And this is the equation and it should be written like this in a same manner along with the balancing equations, right? So this is your equation of the photosynthesis. Now we will see there all the plants are green in color. So they are green in color because they are having the special kind of pigment, green pigment, that is known as your chlorophyll. What is it known as? It is known as chlorophyll. And where this chlorophyll is present? It is present in your chloroplast. Fine. So we will discuss the two organs that are related to your photosynthesis. Okay, so how this carbon dioxide and oxygen is being exchanged by the leaf. We will see that with the help of your these are the guard cells. Okay, so this is your stomata structure. Okay, so these are the guard cells. Okay, it is just like a beam shaped, and it will be closed, and it can be opened. Okay, like this, it can be opened and it can be closed according to the turgidity of the guard cells. Fine. So this is your structure of the stomata. Okay, there is a opening that is known as your stroma, and these are your guard cells. Okay, collectively the whole structure is known as your stomata, right? So from this structure, stomata structure, there is an exchange of the gases, that is your carbon dioxide is being taken in by the plant, and the oxygen is being released by this pore like structure. Okay, that is your whole structure is your stomata, and the carbon dioxide is being taken by the plant, and it is releasing the oxygen in return during the process of the photosynthesis, right? So this is the first structure through which there is an exchange of the gases. With the help of the experiment, this cobalt chloride paper experiment, we will see where there is this stomata is being present in the leaf. Okay, so what we have done, we have taken a leaf, and upper side and the lower side, with the help of the clip, we have attached the cobalt chloride paper on the top as well as on the lower side. It is blue in color, right? Blue in color when it is dry. Okay, when it is dry, it is blue in color. Okay, so and the lower side, when it is wet and absorb the atmosphere, that moisture, it will become pink in color. Okay, so on the lower side we will observe there is a changing of the cobalt chloride paper into pink color. Why is it so? Because there is a presence of the stomata. Okay, so two things stomata is being doing, releasing the moisture. Okay, releasing this water. The excess water is also being released by the stomata, and there is exchange of the oxygen and the carbon dioxide with the help of your stomata. ठीक है, तो उसमें से तुम्हारे जो लोअर साइड का एरिया है वो cobalt chloride paper will become which color? It will become pink color. It will change, it will transform themselves from the blue to pink color, right? And what will happen? Why is it happening so? Because all the stomata is present at the lower side. Okay, and it will changing the color from blue to pink. Okay, that means the stomatas are present at the lower side. That's why it is releasing the moisture from it. Okay, moisture निकलेगा, transpiration होगा, इसलिए हम लोग को realize होता है that there is a stomata that is present on the lower side of the leaf. It is not present on the upper side of the leaf. So with the help of the experiment, we have understood where the stomatas are being present. So this is the first part that is helping in the exchange of the carbon dioxide and the oxygen. Okay, and it will also release the excess water from the plant, right? So this is the stomata structure, and this is the experiment that we are seeing. With the help of that, we have seen that. Okay, now we will understand that the second the second organ that helps in the collection of there is a chloroplast is there, and your pigment, green color pigment is collected over there. Okay, so we will understand where this chlorophyll pigment is present exactly. Okay, so this is your chloroplast, right? This is your chloroplast. It is present wherever the color is green. Okay, leaf का color जहाँ जहाँ green होगा, that means there is a presence of the chloroplast organ. Okay, it is a type of organs, and they are numerous in number in the leaf of the plant. It can somewhere it is also present in the stem also. You must have seen the green stem भी कई plants की होती हैं, तो उन green stem में भी तुम्हारा chlorophyll present है. That means wherever the color is green, that means there is a presence of your chloroplast. Okay, now we will see the structure of the chloroplast. There are two layers in the chloroplast, the inner layer and the outer layer. Inner layer and the outer layer, right? Then this is your granule. Okay, so understand it. There is a, imagine this is a book, right? This is a book. So single book is known as your thylakoid, right? Single book is known as your thylakoid. When there is a pile of the books, that is known as your grana, right? So what is it? What I've told you? I've told you that a single one is your thylakoid. It is a sac-like structure. Okay, it is also green in color. It is a sac-like structure. This is thylakoid. And a number of thylakoids piled themselves is known as your grana. Okay, so this is your grana. Number of granas are connected with this. That is known as your fret. A connection between the two granas is known as your fret, and there is a liquid that is present, and the space that is present around the grana is known as your stroma. Fine? The space that is present outside this is known as your stroma. Okay, so this is the structure, and where this chlorophyll is exactly present, the pigment, green color pigment exactly present on the walls of the thylakoid. It is exactly present on the walls of the thylakoid, like this. Okay, fine. So what exactly photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process which help in the making of the food glucose in the presence of your carbon dioxide and your water, in the presence of sunlight, okay, and releasing the glucose and the oxygen in return in the green leaf. That means in the leaf which is having the chlorophyll in it. Okay, thank you. Okay, quickly we will revise what we have studied. So this is our neuron structure. Okay, as we are seeing, these root-like structure, thread-like structure is your dendrons, and one of the dendron elongate itself to form the axon, and outer covering is your myelin sheath and your neurolemma, and at the end again we are having the root-like structure that is known as your axon terminal, and axon terminal is having a bulb-like structure inside the bulb. That is, there is a presence of a neurotransmitter that will help in the conduction of the neuron. Okay, so this is the structure. This is our longest cell. It is undividable after it has come out, after the baby is come out, infant is come out of the mother's womb. It is undividable and it is the longest cell, and it is having the prominent nucleus in it, and cytoplasm is also filled in it. Okay, then this is our path of the conduction of the impulses. Okay, conduction of the stimuli. What do you mean by stimuli? I've told you stimuli is the sudden change of the atmosphere. It can be light, it can be temperature, pressure, chemical, anything. Okay, now this stimulus is received by the receptor. It is get with the help of the sensory nerve. It is finally reaches to the central nervous system. Central nervous system decides what to and how to react. Okay, how to give the response. With the help of the motor neuron, this message is being transferred to the effectors, and this effector again shows some response in return to stimulus. So this is the this is the path through which the organism will respond to the change in the atmosphere, or we are calling it as a environment. Okay, now this is the diagram showing how the your neuron is being connected. Neuron, first neuron having the perikaryon. Okay, at the end it is having the axon terminal. Then just adjacent to it there is a second neuron having the perikaryon. That means there is a little bit closeness between the first axon terminal neuron and the second perikaryon dendrites of the neuron. Okay, then there is not a proper connection between both of them. There is a little space in between them, that is known as your synapse, and synapse is having the neurotransmitter. The axon terminal bulb releases the neurotransmitter over here in the synapse, which will help in the conduction of the message from one neuron to the another neuron. So this is all about the structure of the neuron. Thank you. I hope you all have understood the